So today we have our first BlackFox knife on the channel to unbox. BlackFox is from recollection, the budget line of Fox cutlery or Fox knives, which is an Italian company. And this is a fairly affordable one, coming in at just under $30. The BF-752. Now, I'm using Knife Center to kind of look at the specs. I believe that's where I bought it from a long time ago. I'm just kind of getting to some of the older knives I haven't even unboxed yet. And apparently they marked this one as made in Italy. For a knife that's 29 and change, just under 30 bucks, made in Italy, not too shabby, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more research and I'll put it on screen if I find anything else. If not, I'm gonna go off Knife Center, being that it's made in Italy. It is an extremely small knife. The blade length, according to them, comes in at 1.97 inches. I have a knife right here, the Cold Steel Mini Tough Light, which I have a feeling that it's gonna be kind of similar to. Now, this guy is a staple in the industry. A lot of people know about this. It's kind of like a little box cutter knife, but I will bring this back in a little bit. For now, we'll pop them in the corner just to compare. I got a few other small knives too, but let's take a look. I've never opened it. Check that out. A little bit of foil with the BlackFox logo. First time opening it up. Packaging looks pretty decent. I'm assuming this is a magnetic flap. Yep. All right. This is G10 from recollection. Packaging is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. For a knife that is, like I said, just under $30. It's a small one. This is a small little guy. I did not have too many high hopes for this, but for some reason, check that. That is a chunky pocket clip. It is a frame lock. It's got a chunky pocket clip. We're gonna get more into that in a second. Like I was saying though, I was getting into these small knives. I got some other knives that are, I guess, a little bit bigger than this. Like I said, I'm gonna bring out. This is actually a chunky knife for being small. It's pretty chunky. Let's actually bring back. You could see how much wider it is. It definitely is wider, but it is shorter. It's a very boxy looking knife. I guess we'll call it that. It's like a little rectangle, a little boxy knife. But yeah, getting into some smaller knives, just either as a secondary carry to throw somewhere in your little coin pocket in your jeans or something. But for a small knife, we have black G10 on one side, stainless steel frame lock on the other. Is it sharp here? Not too sharp, that's good. Sometimes on the cheaper versions, you'll feel some sharp edges. Centering out the box. Is it a hair to the left side? I can't really tell, it's hard to tell, but it doesn't look crazy bad. We have a fairly deep carry pocket clip, which is also very wide and very, very secure, because it looks like it, hold on, let's see, can we see inside of there? Is it inset? I feel like the camera, yeah, the clip is inset, but keeps wanting to focus behind, but the screws are not. Let's grab something. Okay, so we can see a little bit better. So these screws are semi-recessed, it looks like. I can't tell, I'm trying to look at it through the camera, but the pocket clip looks to be fully recessed. That is a chunky clip. This guy's gonna be really secure in the pocket. So we have a thumb opening hole, as you can see. I don't know if it's gonna be able to flick open. It's very pushed down. It looks like a portion of it, yeah, a good portion of it is actually hidden behind the scales. So we'll do a slow roll first, see how it feels, see what the ergonomics are for such a small knife, and then we'll see if we can actually deploy it a little bit quicker. Okay, that is pretty smooth for what it is. Yeah, that is actually really smooth. It's got a nice, oh, so that already kind of got in my, whoop. You hear that? There goes my dogs. You know what that means. The mail lady's here. All right, we're going to keep going though, so don't mind that in the background. This actually feels really nice for being, 3. If you're lucky like me and you got skinnier fingers, you could probably get 3 on here. You definitely feel that pocket clip. It's a chunky pocket clip, like I said, and you do feel it. If you hold it like this, it kind of hits you right inside this area over there. But besides that, if you were to kind of hold it like this, You don't feel the clip as much if you bear down like this. It's a small knife. I don't see you going crazy with this thing. Hold it like this, cutting open packages. You could use your finger up here. It's actually nice. And it's pretty smooth. Like, this is not going to be drop shut. And this is making it look less smooth than it is. It has a good detent, which is surprising. I don't know why. Sometimes with smaller knives, they just don't feel that great. That's a strong detent. I'll tell you that right now. I saw that, how hard it lifted up. That's a good detent. Really good detent for a small knife like this. And it just feels like authoritative when you're opening it, and even closing it is smooth. It might not be drop shut smooth, but it's silky smooth, if that makes sense. It doesn't have that like, oh, you could just let it go and it'll drop, but it's very smooth, zero grit. I'm already pretty surprised with this. Like I said, I just want to try it out. I didn't think it was going to be that great. And no, I have not used it, but in the hand and just the way it opens, the way it closes, this is a nice, it's super smooth. I think that's what's surprising me the most is the action. And I don't mean action. A lot of times when people talk to action, they're like, oh, how smooth does it flick open? How's the drop shut? But a knife like this, when I say action, I'm literally talking about the smoothness of it opening and the detent, that solid clicking when you're closing it, the detent, because you can feel it when you're pushing it, you have to break it, and then it's very, very smooth after that. Let's take out that Cold Steel Mini Tough Light again. Like I said, this guy comes in at 30 bucks, just under 29 and change. I think on Knife Center, the Mini Tough Light is $27.95. So the Mini Tough Light is actually a little bit less, and you do get much more handle for a smaller knife, let alone that the handle's already bigger. You get this huge area here, which technically turns this into a 4-finger grip for some folks like me, maybe not everybody, where this one you're stuck at 3 almost all the time. But yeah, you're gonna get a decent amount more cutting. Not a ton, but it's there. You're gonna get some more belly out of it, as you can tell. Steel, what did they put it at? I think they put it at 440C. Does it say there? Yeah, 440C. Doesn't say nothing about where it's made, so like I said, we're gonna go off the fact that it's made in Italy by what Knife Center says. Let me pull out, actually first, any blade play. This is a stocky little knife, let's see. Zero whatsoever. No matter which way you do this, there's zero blade play. Let's compare again. So we have a $30 knife. Ready? Let's, this guy right here. 30. What'd I say? $27.95. What else do we have? Let me look at my notes real quick. Baby Banter, what are you at? $59.50. So just about 60. And then we have, what is this guy at? Okay, bye-bye. Get over here. What do we got over here? The Dragonfly coming in at $73.50. Super smooth. Love this guy. So this is gonna maybe help you guys out when it comes to small knives. I'll have some data above. BlackFox, the whatever I said, B-752, I forget. Cold Steel Mini Tough Light, Civivi Baby Banter, Spyderco Dragonfly. Are they all similar? Not really, but you know, they're small knives. And the smallest being the new one, the new guy on the block over here. To me at least, as you can see. Look how small that is. Are we actually in order? These are very similar. Cold Steel's deceiving. It's actually pretty big. And then we have the BlackFox being very, very small. Let's see. Oh, I got paper right above me, actually. Let's see. Let's see how it cuts. I'm sure this is going to do good as a box cutter, maybe shredding through some cardboard that's not super thick and maybe not for long periods of time, but it's a pretty chunky blade. Let's see. That's pretty sharp, actually. Oh yeah. I gotta say this, wow. I gotta say this knife is surprising me. I, for some reason, went into this thinking I might be disappointed, and it might be because I've tried some smaller knives that I wasn't happy with. Boker had some that they're not terrible, they just kind of didn't do it for me. Where this one, I can genuinely see myself carrying as, like I said, in the third pocket. Take off the clip if you want. This guy will, like I said, he is a little bit more chunky, but if you take off that clip, he's not super thick, and this thing will just disappear in your third pocket, I feel, or in the bottom of your pocket, or just anywhere in general, wherever you feel like carrying a small knife, or maybe you just want a small knife. You wanted something with a blade of under 2 inches. Again, this comes in at 1.97. Let's do one last thing. Can we open it, deploy it quicker? Like I said earlier, the deployment hole is kind of covered. There is a chamfer in here. It is very small. Let's try and give it a flick. The D10 is good. So as long as I can get the right movement with my hand. Let's see, ready? Almost. Almost. I'm sure it can be done though. Let's go more forceful upwards. There you go. So yeah, what a smaller knife. Again, this is not a knife that I see myself doing that with. Okay, did it open? Nope. So yeah, you just have to get it in the right spot. Yeah, that one actually did open. Yeah, that opened all the way. But again, this is not going to be that knife that you're like, whoopah, come on, ready? Whoopah. Yeah, not even going to bother. I see this as a nice little small utility knife. I'm just surprised on the opening, the closing, the overall feel of it. It just feels really nice. So if you have experience with this knife, drop a comment. If you have never thought about it, let me know if this is something you might be interested in now. Subscribe for more. We're gonna have some knife giveaways as we get closer and hit over 1,000 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.